Yo, it's your man, Lucas Frink, the boss exponent, kicking in with the hardest, the coolest, the coldest.
Calvin Maurice.
And this is our podcast. Hey, yo!
Now we
talking. Hey, look, man, we're going to be talking about faith, business, personal development, and, hey, man, can I have some tea? A trendy topic. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. So if you believe in us like we believe in you, go ahead and like this video before it even starts. Comment on it when you hear Jim. Subscribe, to see more videos. And share it with somebody.
So, hey, yo, what we talking about?
Man, I want to know about some personal development, bro. Like, how can I leave this podcast better? I feel like you got a gym for me, bro. Just off that right there.
Motion follows motive.
Motion follows motive. Okay, what does that mean?
Well, what I mean by that is motion follows motive. That's all I mean.
I bet, y'all. Thank you so much for watching.
Nah, bro. What I mean by that for real, man, I feel like it's every man and every woman.
Okay.
We should know why we're doing what we're doing.
Gotta have a why.
And so what I mean by motion follows motive, or motion causes motive rather, more so like this. What causes motion? Emotion.
Okay.
Right? So let's just say, if somebody stepped on your shoes, I'm talking about disrespectfully stuff. One thing, how this gonna make you feel?
I'm gonna feel mad, I'm gonna feel disrespected, and I'm gonna feel motivated to swing.
Motivated to swing. Now, let's hope you guys don't fight anybody or swing on anybody.
We don't condone violence over here.
Not at all. But what I'm saying is that causes motive to taking action.
Okay. For sure.
So motion causes motive. Emotion causes motive. So what causes emotion? Knowing why you're doing what you're doing.
Okay, so in that case, would my why be my foot getting stepped on?
You said what?
Would my why be my foot is getting stepped on, so I gotta act? You feel me?
So why are you gonna hit Buddy?
Because he stepped on my shoe.
Boom. That's the why. That's the motive.
Okay.
Right? But before we even talk about the why and how do you find your why, what I want to really hit on is what kind of emotions do you pull from to become successful or go to that next level in your life?
That's deep.
Right? What emotions do you pull from?
Me personally, I pull from love, the love of the game, the love of my family, love of myself. That's probably my strongest one. Drake talks about anxiety.
That's crazy. Talk to me.
He says anxiety is the tool I use to get the job done. So I guess fear of losing it all, or fear of losing, period, or whatever anxiety causes, it causes him to work.
I feel that. I feel like for me, it's a little bit of that, but I turn my pain into my power.
Okay. Go ahead, Super Saiyan. Talk to me about
it. But turning my pain into my power, like everybody done lost somebody in this world. Whether that's some person that's close to you, somebody that's done sacrificed for you, helped you get to the point that you are at right now in life, somebody that you honor or respect, you feel a lot of pain. Instead of just feeling pain and just living or sitting in that, turn that pain into your power. Let that thing power you up like Goku, like Dragon Ball Z, right? To go to that next level in your life. Like, do it for that person. Prime example, I lost my daddy at 16 to lung cancer. My dad told me 3 things on his deathbed. Son, I want you to make sure that you give your absolute best. Take care of your mom, because that's all you got left in this world. And do your absolute best in school. My pops told me those 3 things. That pain of me losing my dad, but remembering what he taught me, what he poured into me, and what he wanted me to do, that's what helped me. Bro, I graduated my 2-year college, bro, with a 3.83 GPA. President of an honor society. Senator on the Student Government Association. Mentor, a part of an a part of an organization called AAMI. Not only that, but they messed around and had me on the hiring committee, like above the entire organization, to hire people and bring people in for that organization. And a list of other things. They gave me a scholarship that only one person gets, I think like every year, every 2 years. Because of all the work that I was putting in. Because of all like my grade. Like, bruh, just going my absolute hardest. My pops gave me that reason. I could have cared less about school being frank with you. Cause bruh, like when I was in the streets, I was focused on music. And when I left up out the streets, dealing with all my little homeboys who was in like the streets or whatever the case may be, I was like, man, bump that. Let me get me a little job at Mickey D's, making this little bread an hour, save my money up, invest it back into the music that I want to get into so bad. And I turned that into a business, right? So it's just like, just knowing why you doing something. What's going to give you that drive and that hustle? And I was so focused on music, I could have cared less about school. And the reason I knew I needed to go to school or go that extra level in school, because I wouldn't have been in college, bro. I was like, you know what? I'm going to try this thing out. They gonna give you some little financial aid stuff to help you get through the first couple of semesters. So I'm gonna do that until my pop's VA stuff kick in, right? My VA stuff didn't kick in. I ain't got no money to go into school. My financial aid was tripping. But my pops passed whenever I was 16. And I couldn't get his life insurance policy until I turned 18. My first semester of college at East Georgia State College, I was 17, but I turned 18 my first semester. The life insurance policy that my pops left behind me that I can now finally touch, it became available to me that same semester.
Okay. What does that mean for you?
So my pops put me in my first semester of school and got me to where I'm at right now. So I gotta go hard. Cause my pops invested and sacrificed so much for me whenever I was younger. And even in his passing, I was like, yo, my man still sacrificing for me. And I refuse. Bro, you got to get to the point where you refuse to let whoever done sacrifice for you, let all their sacrifices go in vain. They done sacrifice their time, their dreams, their goals, their aspirations. Like everything that they wanted to do, they stopped being so selfish and started being selfless to make sure they provided for you. So don't let none of their sacrifices go in vain. And that's what I did.
Yeah, and with that, I'm feeling much more than pain from you, though. I'm feeling pride. I'm feeling gratitude. And again, love. So I feel like one moment, really, I say one person, pulled so many different emotions out of you in order to continue to push you forward. And your daddy was such a great man that through the time he spent with you as well as after, he's continuing to pull more from you. And that's making you a better man to this day.
Yeah.
That's dope, man. And then for me, again, with love, bro, like love in the Bible is the greatest. Like above all else, love. So when it comes to me, it's about loving my family and wanting to provide for them and change like our circumstance. Like
that's real.
Like my mom's got some bread. My dad is secure, but I know my history. We come from farmlands. We come from the hood. We come from segregation. So, like, I want to continue to push that forward. You talked about school. Another part for my emotion, I guess. I don't know if this is emotion, but it's more like legacy. So this is more like my why. So my why for a lot of things is thinking about how it's going to affect the story, because all that counts at the end of the day, like, is how the story's told. So the legacy of it all. So I finished school because of my mom's legacy, someone else's legacy, because she's a single mom and she put all three of her kids to school on her own. And who was I to fail? No. So it's more like that emotion of pride or proudness or just pure like achievement for the Miller name. Is what pushed me to get through school.
That's real.
And even now, like, I was in school, man, like, I already knew entrepreneurship was it for me.
That's it.
Period. But it was, again, the motion to be something, the want to better myself. So I definitely feel that. So what is your why, though? Because, like, if pain is your strongest drive, like, where does the why go into that?
So it's like emotion causes motion.
Okay.
Right? The reason I grind so hard, the reason I work so hard is because of the emotion, the pain that I feel from it. Yeah, like I felt pain from losing my dad, but you're actually 100% right. It's so many other emotions that stem from that I actually pull from. Pride, pride, anxiety, just like Drake. Man, wanting to make sure that I push on the legacy, love for the people who sacrificed for me, honor. Like I pull from so many different emotions, and sometimes we got to turn our struggle into our strength as well.
Yep.
Right, because all of our shortcomings gonna help tell the story, right? The legacy, right? And so, man, this is my why, bro. Like my mom's, my son, and doing it for my last name, right? The thing that my dad graced me and blessed me with, of course, the legacy. The time that I spent with my moms, or didn't get a chance to fully spend with my moms, it's like everything she sacrificed for me and still sacrificing for me to this day, like being there with me, emotionally supportive and all of that stuff like that. I want to be able to give her a return on her investment. As I'm older, as a grown, I'm not grown, but a growing man, because a grown mean that you just over and done with. You don't stop growing.
He 30, yo.
Whoa. I'm knocking on the door. You know what? I ain't even knocking on the door. Like, folks trying to push me through to the door.
So you stay young.
Yeah, exactly.
But, so, when it comes to, like, the emotion, I also think it's your mindset behind the emotion, man. Because, like, you're strong-willed, strong-minded to let pain push you, like a Super Saiyan, I guess. But, like, pain can also cause people to crumble and cripple. So, like, what is the mindset? Because I think if you could turn pain into power, that's probably like the strongest like you could be. I feel like love is the most powerful, but the strongest is turning pain into power, because that's something you could like stand on. Like if you could fight through pain, you could withstand. You're extremely resilient. There's not much that could take you down. There's not much that could stop you. But other people crumble. So like, how can you like make sure that it is something that pushes you instead of plunders you?
You know what? That's my why, right? Like my son, my mom, and the legacy of my last name.
Okay.
But the thing that pushes me, bro, is I'm always thinking about like I refuse to get to the end of my days and be like on my deathbed, like how I saw my pops, and then be like, dang, I could have done more for my why. I could have done more for my son. I spent too much time partying. I spent too much time playing. I spent too much time doing all of this non-stuff, all of these distractions that consume my time and my mind. I spent too much time with those things. But if I would have just went a little bit harder, my mom could have had some more memories with me and her grandson. If I would have went a little bit harder and ignored all those extra distractions, I could have spent some more time with my son, bruh. And then gave him everything that he needed. The wisdom, the knowledge, the understanding, creating those memorable moments with him. Giving him, the finances cool, but giving him the extra opportunity, the connections, the relationships. Like living up to such a high last name that, bruh, him walking around as Landon Lucas Frink. Oh, shoot, those are the Frinks. Those are the Millers.
That's hard.
Those are the Rockefellers.
Yeah, you already know.
Those are the Buffetts.
Yeah.
Like doing that extra thing, bro, to make sure that he was good and taken care of. For real.
I respect that a lot. For sure. Well, I mean, that's a cool equation, man. I ain't gonna lie. What was it again? Say it again. Emotion causes
motion.
Causes.
Motion causes motive. But emotion causes motion. And what causes emotion? You understanding why you're doing something. Now, before we close this thing out, we want to tell you about how you find your why.
Okay.
Listen, dude, where did you find your why? I'm going to give you a quick example, but I read this and I studied this and I applied this to my own life. But you got to ask yourself why 7 times. Right? So, Lucas, why do you want to make a lot of money? Because we didn't have a lot growing up. Why is it important? Because I watched my mama rob Peter to pay Paul. And we still never had a lot. Why is it important? Because whenever I get older, I don't want my life to be like that. And I want to be able to create those moments with the ones that I love. Well, why is it important? Because I didn't have a lot of time with my mom and I watched her struggle. I watched her go through it. And then I had a conversation with her, asking her, hey, Mom, look, what are some of the most memorable moments that you had with us? And she told me about trips and all those different things like that. I'm like, yo, so it's really the time. And I'm just like, why is that important? And I keep asking the same question. And then it gets to the whole point of, man, listen, I want to inspire individuals to explore and demonstrate their inner greatness. Push through the adversity, push through the pain, push through all the hardship and obstacles and challenges that you face with to get to a point where you can have a freedom type of life. Live how you want, do what you want. Spend the time with the ones who you want and create those memorable moments that will last for a lifetime. And I want other people to be able to experience those exact same things. And y'all look, your why shouldn't be centered around these three things. It shouldn't be centered around you. Because if you ever get busted in the mouth, you get hurt, you get you get sick, man, I can't do it today. So you won't do anything. It can't be centered around money because, bro, I'm trying to get to the meal, Cal. I'm trying to get to the meal, dog. 7 figures. What happens when you hit 7 figures?
I mean, then I guess you stop.
You get complacent. Or what happens if you don't see yourself getting to 7 figures anytime soon?
Then you plummet.
You get sad. You get discouraged. You start, you know what? It's just not for me. And it shouldn't be centered around fame or notoriety. Because what happens if you don't get famous?
And all fame not good fame either.
Hello. What happens if you do get famous? It might go to your head. You might think, hello, I've arrived. And that ain't even the case. And then you stop pushing. You stop doing it for the people that you love and care about. You stop doing it for the ones that you sacrifice for. You stop doing it for all of those different people. And then nobody gets hurt. I'm sorry. The only people that get hurt is you and everybody that's looking up to you. And that's a snowball effect because somebody is always looking up to somebody. So if you had 100 people looking up to you, it's 100 other people looking up to each one of those other 100 people. It's a huge snowball effect. That's why you got to find something to do it for bigger than yourself. That's how you find your why.
Yeah, my why is to show love, man. And I do that 3 ways. I do that through interacting with people and literally showing love, like to strangers and stuff like that. Charity. I show love to my family, to myself, to God as well, because God got my heart first and foremost.
Hello.
And then third, through my camera. I shoot a lot of weddings.
That's real.
You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to fight against, whatever is happening, with relationships.
Yeah.
Like people trying to break, families up and stuff like that. I want to put them together. And I do that through just showing off families and showing off weddings and stuff like that.
That's real.
So it's bigger than me. I don't think about the money when I do it. And I'm putting in the effort, so it's definitely not about me. It's like I'm putting the blood and sweat and tears into it, so it's definitely not
it's
about
sweat
me.
equity.
So I think that's a good why. And that's actually probably the biggest gem out of this whole thing is, like, of course, pull from your emotions. Like, men were, like, said to be emotionless. You know what I'm saying? But men have emotions for sure.
I dang sure got some.
Me too, for sure. But it's more like we got emotional control. We don't let our emotions run over us, but we use them to, again, get the job done, to push ourselves.
There you go.
To go get power. Turn the pain into power. Turn the love into purpose. So, with that being said, thank you guys for tapping in.
And if y'all believe in us, like we believe in you, like, follow, share, subscribe. Man, let your friends know about these videos.
Share it, y'all. Because that's how we going to spread, And that's how we going to spread love. That's how we going to spread purpose. You know what I'm saying? We on the same way. We on the same way. So do that. Like, comment, subscribe, and definitely share it. So I'm Calvin Maurice.
And this is Lucas Frink.
And we are Ayo.
Now we talking.
Podcast. You dig what I'm saying? I love you, brother.
I love you more, dog.
For sure. So tap in. Peace.